We love the company, the company, the company, and this is my take on Lethal Company, baby. We love the company. All right, let's go. So, for those of you that don't know, Lethal Company is an early access title, and I don't usually review early access titles due to the incomplete state that they are usually in. But I am reviewing this game because it doesn't necessarily feel like it is in an incomplete state. As a matter of fact, this game is a genuine bona fide banger of a title that surprised me because of how much fun it has and how very few problems I have encountered. And don't get me wrong, with an early access title, you can expect to encounter some issues. Sometimes you might clip through a floor occasionally, sometimes it'll lag, yada yada yada. You know what to expect, but overall, I have to admit, I'm very impressed because this game's performance is pretty dang awesome, and it does in fact work on the Steam Deck, which is another plus in my opinion. The goal of this game is simple. You have a quota that you have to meet from the company, and if you don't meet it, you get ejected into space and you fail and you have to restart. And every single time you successfully complete your quota, the quota becomes more demanding. The amount you need to collect basically stuff, it seems to go higher and higher exponentially until you ultimately fail. I am not very good at this game. I have some people like my friend Brandon who is exceptionally good at this game for whatever reason. I always seem to die and he seems to live no matter what. And I guess that's why everyone started calling him top notch. And that's what makes it so fun. As long as you have 3 to 4 people in this game, and there's actually a mod which will allow you to play with even more people, you are almost guaranteed to have a good time. It's a simple premise, but I love it. I love going into the unknown, and since every single time you play the game, it has a random seed that generates for your map, you don't know what to expect, even if you know and have seen essentially everything. Now, I do have some things I want to talk about, some small critiques, for example, and things that can and probably will be improved upon. I mean, after all, this is an early access title, but there are two things that I would like to see eventually make its way into this game. The first one is in regards to the outside environment itself. I would like there to be more loot and things to do in that. For the most part, the outside environment is fun to look at, but there isn't a lot of action going on. Sure, during the nights, there might be more creatures that come out and try to kill you, and you could still, depending on which moon you go to, you could fall to your death or something like that. But for the most part, you're just dealing with hazards. I would like there to be more loot outside so I had more variety in my gameplay and had an excuse to go and explore these maps. And then the second thing I would like to see eventually make its way to this game is I would like another mode or two to appear. For example, it'd be fun if there was a mode where the sole objective was to get into the base and steal the core, and if you can take the core and get it back to your ship, you win, and then you have to try to avoid the enemies. And if anybody knows, when you take the core out, everything goes pitch black and it gets a lot more intense. That would be a really fun mode, I think, and I'm just spitballing here, but you get the point. And bear in mind, like I said, this is an early access title, and this title only cost $10. I am 100% satisfied with my purchase. If they didn't make any more updates for this game, I would still be happy with what I bought and how much time I've spent playing this game, because when you play it with your friends, there is just so much fun you can have. And for $10, that's a pretty cheap price to pay for dozens and dozens of hours of enjoyment. And I love it, man. It was on my top 10 games of 2023 because of just how awesome I thought this concept idea and, well, this game is. So if you haven't had a chance to try out Lethal Company, do yourself a favor, give it a try, show this developer some love. I do believe, if I read this correctly, that this entire game was developed by one person only, and that is just freaking impressive, man. I could never even hope to be able to create a game that's this polished on my own. So kudos to this guy and this team, if there's a team or whatever it may be. This is a really fun game. Give Lethal Company a try, and don't forget, we all love the company. Thank you so much for watching this. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout. Praise be to Yevon, and stay fresh, my friends. Take care.